Relic Spade, and on the right hand side we've got the Max. This is a full-size spade, a slightly smaller spade. Help you with your buying decision, which spade is best for you? Well, let me see if I can explain a little bit as to why the Mini might be suited or why the Max might be suited to you. So Mini's been specifically designed for detecting in manicured gardens, which you need to obviously take care of how you dig and how you leave your plugs, public parks, those kind of places. So you'll see it's shorter, and the reason why we've made it slightly shorter is to be less conspicuous, so you're not walking around with a big aggressive spade, people wondering what you're doing, why you're digging up the parks. Just slightly less aggressive, looks a little bit less intimidating. But also some of the smaller detectorists, they might prefer a shorter shaft over there. But looking specifically at the blades themselves versus the big Max blade, you'll see big difference is the pointier angled tip, and we've also got then the narrower blade itself. And why we've gone for that angle is obviously it makes a nice, neater cut in the soil, in the grass, allowing you to make a nice, neat little plug, which you can pop over, take your fines out, and pop them back. You won't know that you've been detecting there. So that's why you'd want to go for this narrower, sharper Relic Spade, the Mini. Just going through some of the specs on the Mini itself, I'll do the same with the Max. 70 centimeters long versus the Max, which is 90 centimeters long. So just under a meter is the Max, and this one's 70 centimeters. Both of them have got very, very similar blades, but as we said before, the Mini narrower and a longer angled tip, where the Max, you can see it's got a broader blade and it's got a shallower tip. What's nice about the shallower tip on the Max is when you're digging in a field, in the woods or forest, you maybe got loose soil. The shallower angled tip allows you to do more of a scooping action. If it was, you can imagine if it was angled like this and you've got hard gravel, you're not going to be able to scoop that gravel out. So having a shallower tip actually allows you to do exactly that. So for sandier places, you'd want to go for this bigger blade. Both of them feature an oversized or an exaggerated foot peg. And that makes it really, really comfortable on the foot when you're digging hard ground. One of the things that I found was with the narrower spades, the narrower foot pegs, it actually hurts the sole of your heel. It feels like a shockwave going through your body. These bigger foot pegs actually take that out and actually makes it really, really nice and comfortable detecting in hard ground. The Max spade is nice, well weighted, nicely balanced as well. Carrying it like that, actually you can walk around with it all day. It's not too heavy. They just over a kilogram, the Max, and the Mini is just on about 1.2. So yeah, shorter youngsters might prefer to go for the Mini, and if you are out in the bush and you're not worried about how you dig your holes, you're not too, it's not too much of a concern. Obviously, you're going to close your holes, but you want to rather go for the Max. Looking at the specs itself, we've got serrated edges, cuts through those roots, cuts through the grass really, really easily. And that really, really makes a big difference, guys. So when you're looking at a spade, have a look at the serrations. It actually does make a big difference. It does go through, slide through those roots. The blade itself, 25 centimeters long on both, and the thickness, it is 3 millimeters. You can see they've got a nice concave design. That concave design serves for 3 reasons. Number one, when you're digging that plug, it's giving you that curve, so you can make a nice, neat, round little plug. And then also for strength. Being concave, you can imagine trying to bend that slightly, it's going to be harder to bend than versus a flat piece of steel. So that's the concave side there. And then the third benefit is when you are digging in a clay type ground, it doesn't stick to the blade. So a flat blade, you'll tend to find that the clay and the sand packs onto it, whereas with the concave, you can just shake it off and it usually comes off quite easily. So that's pretty neat. The handle and the T-piece, that's again stainless steel as well, 2 millimeter thickness, and that's 304 grade stainless steel. Right, guys, so I hope that gives you a bit of a better overview, a bit of understanding as to which blade you should go for. I think majority of the guys would probably go for the bigger BIG John Relic Spade, but there definitely is a purpose for the Mini Spade. Thanks, guys, and hopefully if I see you out detecting, you'll be using one of the Big John spades. But either way, happy hunting, and we'll see you on the next hunt. Cheers, cheers. It's a bit of a waffle.